Hello and welcome to Phoenix Point for XCOM fans, the series where we take a look at the mechanical differences between the Firaxis XCOM series and Phoenix Point to hopefully give those XCOM fans amongst you a head start when playing Phoenix Point. In our last video, we talked about the action point system in Phoenix Point. If you missed that video, you can follow the link to it by clicking the card up in the top right hand corner of the screen now. In this video, we're going to be talking about taking shots. This is a very important aspect of Phoenix Point and differs greatly from that of XCOM. So, down here in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, we have our assault soldier selected. This particular soldier is carrying an assault rifle, which is a weapon that is capable of firing in bursts. Our enemy target, in this instance, in the top right hand corner of the screen, is a sniper. The first thing I'm going to do here is click the action button that allows me to aim my weapon. And we go into aiming mode. Now, those of you who are used to playing XCOM are probably looking around the screen and trying to find where it's showing your percentage chance to hit. That isn't something that you will find in Phoenix Point. In fact, we don't use percentage chance to hit at all. In XCOM, your chance to hit a target is determined by a dice roll. Essentially, a shot will either hit or miss, regardless of how many projectiles you see leave the weapon in the animation. Certainly a shot can crit or graze, but it is either a complete hit or a complete miss. With Phoenix Point, because weapons can fire rounds in bursts, it is possible for individual projectiles to hit and miss. One thing that's also important to note is that in Phoenix Point, all enemies, and your own soldiers, have individual body parts that have their own health pools and their own individual armor values. So shooting somebody in the head could potentially do more damage than shooting them in the chest or in the leg. The flashing section of the health bar above the enemy shows what our likely damage is from this range. If we take a look down here in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, we can see that our currently selected weapon, the Ares AR-1 assault rifle, has the capacity to do 30 damage per shot and fires 6 bullets per burst. So those are 6 individual bullets that can hit or miss the target. Let's go ahead and take a shot.
Success!
As you can see, we actually did slightly more damage than the prediction because more of our bullets were on target than we expected. But also, some of them did miss and go behind the target. We can also see from the paper doll that we hit our target in the torso and in the head, causing damage to both. In Phoenix Point, all of the individual projectiles that are fired in a burst are tracked as physical models within the game. Because of this, they will carry on until they hit something, even if they miss the target you were originally aiming at. This means that a stray bullet can hit another enemy or friendly standing behind the target, as well as hitting cover and various other items. Let's go ahead and take a shot towards this group of enemies up towards the top of the screen.
On it.
We're going to aim for the closest enemy towards us that is standing in the centre, and we're going to see where our bullets land. As you can see, most of our bullets actually hit the target we were aiming at the front. We've got quite good accuracy with the assault rifle. However, a few of those bullets did go past their target and managed to hit the enemy standing towards the back. One of the other important elements in Phoenix Point is manual aiming. Once again, with our assault soldier selected, if we click the icon to aim our weapon,
Target confirmation.
This is the standard mode of aiming, very similar to what you will see in XCOM, where we automatically aim towards the target centre of mass. You can see the reticule moving slightly as the target bobs because it will always track the centre of the target. However, clicking this icon will put us into manual aiming mode. This firing mode switches us into a first-person perspective, where we have complete control of the targeting reticule. The 2 circles on the screen represent the shooter's cone of fire, with 100% of the shots fired landing inside the outer blue circle, and shots having a roughly 50% chance to land within the smaller orange circle. This mode also allows us to highlight the individual body parts of the target. This will then show us the hit points and armor values of those individual body parts. The best way to hit a target is to make sure as much of it fills the outer circle as possible, reducing the chance that bullets will go wide and hit something behind it. It is also possible to shoot and damage equipment. Try doing this by shooting a grenade carried by an enemy and see what happens. The size of our crosshair stays constant with the target even as we zoom in and out. Our cone of accuracy is determined by a number of things, including the shooter's accuracy and also the type of weapon that they're using. As you can see with the assault rifle from this distance, we have a relatively decent chance of hitting our target as he fills up quite a lot of the outer circle. If we were to switch to someone with a weapon that isn't quite as accurate, such as our heavy with a machine gun,
target confirmation,
we can now see that the circle is much larger. We would have far less of a chance of hitting the target from this distance because he doesn't fill up as much of the cone of fire. This means that our shots are far more likely to go wide and hit something behind the target. Let's demonstrate this by taking a shot with our heavy.
aiming.
As you can see, our heavy did manage to score a hit, but quite a lot of the shots fired actually went past our target and hit the scenery behind. Now let's take a shot with someone who has a slightly better aim, like our assault. We will aim for roughly the same spot around the middle of the torso. And as you can see, we had far more shots that were on target. Another really useful feature of the free aim system in Phoenix Point is the ability to be able to shoot in whatever direction you want, at whatever target you want, even if you can't shoot at your enemy directly. Maybe your enemy is hiding behind cover or inside a building. If you have a good enough weapon, you can shoot straight through that cover to get to your enemy. We can demonstrate that here with our enemy sniper hiding inside this building behind the wall. As you can see, our shot broke cleanly through the cover and some of the remaining bullets were also able to hit our target. He's already down to very low health and he has a significant bleed. With another unit in close proximity, we can finish the job. The realistic ballistic system in Phoenix Point is probably the mechanic that is most different from those in XCOM. It certainly takes some getting used to, but it opens up a whole world of new tactical possibilities once you figure it out. We do hope once again that this video has provided some valuable insight into the differences between the way Phoenix Point and XCOM plays, and we will be producing more of these videos and explaining more of the differences between the two as we go along. So for now, thank you very much for watching. We hope you are enjoying this series and we will see you again soon.